17-0 your score here live from Pearland Stadium at the Rig, the traditional, historic The Rig. Out here in, we'll call this Old Pearland, huh?
Old Pearland.
This is Old Pearland, that's right. Pearland's been around. This high school has been here since 1927, if I'm not mistaken. They've been out here for a long time.
Nice tradition, 1927.
Did you all get a chance to play against Pearland when you played at Willow Ridge?
No, we didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't.
You wanted to, though.
I wanted to.
You wanted to, huh?
Hey, I wanted all comers at the time, man. We had a team. We stumbled in the playoffs my senior year.
Who'd you guys come up against?
Against a great Stafford team.
Stafford, wow. And as the kick is returned there by number 9, as Jacob Zapata. He's brought down around the 10-yard line. Probably should have let that go, but nevertheless, they'll start it around the 10-yard line. You say you guys had a good team, huh?
Well, we were okay. We had a lot of talent, man. We had a good team.
You went from good team to okay.
Well. What I mean by that is we could have been better.
That's right.
We definitely could have been better. Our senior year, we had like 11 D1 signees.
Oh wow.
And we went to the playoffs. We played Stafford in the Dome, and everything just fell apart. Stafford played as a team. We played as individuals.
You all took the Mo City Classic to the Dome?
You
all took the Mo City Stafford Classic all the way to the Dome?
Willow Ridge in the Dome. And we were saying before the game, Stafford, go home. But when the game ended, they were telling us to go home.
Wow, I mean, you guys are right. And there was no Marshall then, so you guys are right next door to each other, really.
Actually, Marshall has all our talent. Marshall and
Hightower.
Marshall wasn't there at the time.
That's right. So
Marshall
you guys,
was not
it was
there
just
at the time.
Marshall, and it was just Willow Ridge and Stafford in that area.
It was Willow Ridge. Well, actually, Stafford wasn't in our district.
Okay.
We had teams like Alvin, Clements, Dulles.
Elkins.
Elkins wasn't even around at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how long ago it dates back, man.
2nd and 7 coming up here for the Pasadena Mavs. Pass is incomplete near side.
Well, one thing Pasadena, they should take solace in the fact that they at least kept Pearland out of the end zone. Even though Pearland came down and put up 3 points, it's still a manageable game at 17-0. But they really have to get something going on this drive. They don't want.
Well, and what does Coach Q tell his team after that? You know, you guys did give up a touchdown there. Great job on only giving up the field goal.
Well, I mean, you have to. Anything it takes to build confidence in your team. You know, make sure that they keep their heads in the game. Let them know that it's not over. Keep fighting, and that's the only thing you can do is just really hone in on the fact that hey, it's a long ball game.
3rd and 7. Trevino rolls out, hit hard in the backfield as he's brought down. Tune in to Fox Sports Southwest tomorrow night from 11 to midnight for the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive. Join Howard Chin, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with all of the week's football action. The Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive from 11 to midnight tomorrow on Fox Sports Southwest. Fox Sports Southwest, still around Fox Sports Southwest. They'll also air the state championships as they usually do. Randy McElvoy and Craig Way on the calls. Here comes the big punt, almost blocked again. And here comes the fair catch at around the 49-yard line. So the Pearland Oilers will have to drive 49 for this one to get back inside the end zone. Great job right there by the Pearland Oilers. Been playing some good defense all year, as Coach Heath just said earlier on before the game started. He likes his chances on defense. Also has a couple of D1 commits on that defensive unit. He has Derek Parrish, a junior who is committed to Tom Herman over at U of H.
Hey, U of H. Tom Herman definitely has that team playing at a high level. And that's a nice commit.
Well, Tom Herman also recruiting at the home ground. I mean, there's no need to go outside of Houston when you're looking for football talent.
There's no need. You have all the talent in the world right here.
Here comes the handoff one time, top side of your screen as the Pearland Oilers maybe lose a yard there. On the carry was Pinkston, I believe that is. Looks like number 4, Davier Pinkston, the running back, junior.
And Pinkston was stymied. You know, it was a great defensive play by the defender, really making sure he had the running back stop before he can get any momentum moving forward.
2nd and long. Here comes the play action. Pass is complete. to say number 27 there, Jonathan White. Can't catch a good number on him. Yes, it is.
And Jonathan White did a drag route across the field, and that play was made possible by the receiver, the wide receiver on the wide side of the field, taking his defender out of the play, taking him deep. That opened up that middle lane for White to come across and make a nice catch across the middle on that drag route.
Actually, Jonathan White is a transfer from Westbury High School, actually where I met during the day teaching journalism to young high school students.
You're
He's a great kid, man. Glad he got the shot to be over here at Pearland this year. Here comes the play action pass, going back up top. Halfback screen out the backfield. Looks like a jailbreak if you ask me. And on into the end zone. Touchdown, Oilers.
Great play call right there. Simply misdirection. You got the defense going one way, thinking the play was to the strong side. Nice toss, lob pass to the back out of the backfield. Great job of lead blocking by his teammates, enabling him to make his way to the end zone.
23-0 is your score here, and the Oilers are pulling it on early. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Make it 24, and the Pearland Oilers lead this one here in the first half with 7 minutes and 43 left to go. We'll be right back. You're watching Thursday Night Football on TexanLive.com.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie. During our summer clearance event, we need to move our 2015s.
And you can count on a big selection.
A team dedicated to treating you better and low prices.
Like new Sierra Cruise discounted $12,400. That's right, folks. That's over 31%. And we have hundreds to choose from. Or a new Acadia for $299 a month.
Thanks for making us one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation.
Texan Buick GMC, located Highway 59 in Will Clayton. Or shop 24/7. TexanDrive.com. We treat you better.
Welcome back to the rig here in Pearland, Texas. 24-0. The Oilers lead the Mavericks from Pasadena Memorial. Coach Chris Quinlian, the head coach of Pasadena Memorial. Coach Tony Heath, can't get these first names right. Tony Heath has been here for 19 years.
19 years. Still doing a great job with this team. Pasadena Memorial on this drive, they have to find a way to counteract what Pearland is doing. Now, I know that's easier said than done, you know. I mean, you can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, but you have to find a way to really get something going. You have to, if you can't attack the teeth of the defense, which it doesn't look like you can do, it's a situation where you can't outrun them to the edge, but you have to start doing some misdirection plays to kind of offset that hot pursuit that the Pearland defenders are bringing. You have to find a way to keep them off balance. Let's see if they can conjure up something on this drive here.
Pasadena Memorial, these are two 6A football teams. Pasadena Memorial kind of thin over there on the sidelines. Not the traditional, 60 guys on the sideline football team when you talk about some of these big 6A schools.
Right. They're definitely lacking in depth.
And that plays a role.
And that plays a huge role.
That plays a huge role. Coming out the strong eye formation, Ryan Ragoni gets the handoff, going top side of your screen, grabbing a couple of yards. Actually, that was Ricky Hambright, about a 6-yard gain there for the Mavs. Make it second down and about maybe 4 or 5.
And that was Ruben Cardenas, the offensive tackle for running back. Did a great job of blocking on that play.
Those are some of the guys who don't get the credit they deserve on that football field sometimes.
Hey, and that's where a great football team, you always should build from the inside out. And the first thing you have to do is establish dominance, I should say, on the offensive line and the defensive line. And on that play, that was a great job by Pasadena Memorial's offensive line by getting a nice push.
Second down and 5 for the Memorial Mavericks 30-yard line. Second quarter here. Here comes the pitch coming to your near side against a host of Oilers. Not really liking the way that Ricky Hambright went down, but he took it like a beast out there, man.
Yeah, he did. And, he didn't have anywhere to run. Actually, the receiver and the left tackle for Pasadena Memorial, they actually did a great job of making that kickout block to try and spring the running back in that lane. But the pursuit from the pursuit from Pearland is so fast. You know, once you see a lane, it closes up so quickly that, you know, it wasn't nothing he can do on that play.
You know, one of the things that I like about small town football, and granted, Pearland is still considered a small town. There are only 2 high schools in the school district, with Dawson just opened up some years ago. A lot of these kids have been playing football all their life together, man. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, because that builds the camaraderie. It's good for chemistry. And a lot of these players are familiar with each other from playing Little League ball, as you say.
Trevino misses a receiver looking for Bubba Baxa. Texan Live is your new home for Houston high school sports. We have you covered tomorrow night with 4 games from around the Houston area. In our 6A game of the week, Atascocita takes on rival Kingwood. The 5A game of the week features New Caney and Crosby. Morton Ranch faces Tompkins, and Kingwood Park meets up with Porter. Texan Live, your new home for Houston high school sports. That'll be a good one tomorrow night. Morton Ranch and Katy Tompkins, one of the new high schools out there in Katy. And Atascocita and Kingwood.
Woo.
I mean, that's going to be you can't miss with
special.
those 2 schools.
That's going to be special.
Punt is almost blocked again. Punt is deep, and actually the other punter for Pearland catches the football. How was that?
What a wild play! That was a wild play.
Cody Bernstein, the kicker and punter, catches the punt from the punter for the Pasadena Memorial. That's Jesus Dozal.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, huh? What, did you play any special teams when you got to Ohio State? And
Actually, at Ohio State, I didn't play any special teams. But when I was at Willow Ridge, I was a pretty good punt returner.
Okay.
I returned a couple of punts in my day, and I actually love returning punts. I was actually mad I didn't get a chance to do them at Ohio State. I'm still angry at Coach Cooper for that. I thought I could have been one of the best punt returners in the conference if given opportunity.
The Pearland Oilers looking deep, has a receiver, and in and out the hands. Just couldn't hang on to it.
And the throw was sort of behind it, but, you know, as a wide receiver, every pass is not going to be pinpoint. Every pass is not going to be with pinpoint accuracy. He did a great job of getting open, finding the soft spot in the zone, as some of these receivers has been doing tonight. But sometimes you just have to gather yourself and reach back and pluck that ball out of the air. Everything is not going to be in your breadbasket. Everything is not going to be placed in your wheelhouse.
3 receivers set here, actually a 4 if you want to count the tight end. Going in kind of a pistol formation. Now two backs in the backfield. Here come the Pasadena Memorial defense. And right up the gap. What a spin move there to the 40-yard line. And almost to the first down marker. About a 9-yard gain there for Davier Pinkston, the running back from Pearland High School.
Well, nice job by Davier Pinkston reading his blockers very well. It's a great job by the offensive line of giving him a running lane to attack. He'll attack the running lane, got some positive yardage out of it.
Haven't had a chance to catch up in Pasadena ISD, but I've been out here to Pearland a couple of times, and 2 nice, beautiful high schools in Pearland and Dawson High School and Pasadena ISD. Here comes the handoff, and one more time, the Oilers get through the first down marker. I think they're going to mark it with a first down. They're going to give it to him. Jacob Whitehead out there on the offense now, handing off to, was that number 44, Chase Kessler.
And Chase Kessler, the only thing he wanted to do there was secure the first down, which he did. Give your offense another set of downs.
Whitehead works out the gun here. 4 receivers set, going from left to right on your computer screen. Whitehead steps up into the pocket. Here comes the pressure.
Well, he was looking for a receiver. I can't exactly see the receiver's number he was looking for, but he ran like a 10 to 15 yard. It's more like a 12-yard curl. But the timing was just off because of the great pass rush by Memoria.
Brennan Kentler, the slash defensive lineman slash offensive lineman, great job there to get inside the backfield and take down Jacob Whitehead. What a play there by the Pasadena Memorial Mavericks. And sort of a Whitehead with the Wildcat right there. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, the Wildcat. The Wildcat.
Well, but Coach Heath said it. You know, his quarterbacks can actually move around in the backfield.
Yeah,
they're actually pretty mobile.
They're definitely dual threats. They both are pretty efficient passers, but they can also use their legs to make plays.
Whitehead works out the gun. Looks near side. Here comes the bubble screen from the wide receiver. Has racing room and a little bit more to the 40, inside the 30, down to the 20. 15 yards left to go, and he stopped at the 10.
Great job right there. Great job by the quarterback of making sure that he connected with a wide open receiver coming back in on the screen route, on the bubble screen, as you say. And that was a tremendous job by the receiver.
Brady Basso in on that catch, grabbing almost about 40 yards there.
Hey, Brady Basso showed a great job of eluding defenders, scampering for a nice gain.
Oilers coming out with a 4-receiver set here. 3 down low, 1 man up top, and a back in the backfield, running out the gun. Jacob Whitehead sits it around the 13-yard line. Whitehead looks inside to the right hash mark, has a receiver. Pass is caught there, and Connor Blumrick, number 6, that's Isaiah Caney inside, almost to the end zone there, about 3 yards short, actually a yard short.
Nice high percentage pass. They're making sure they're working a quick passing game, quick drops, quick 3-step drops, get the ball to your receiver nice and quick, see if they can make a play after the catch.
Davier Pinkston, the running back here. Whitehead, hands off to Pinkston. Pinkston, inside the end zone, touchdown Oilers.
Simply, here we come, stop us.
Student body right, student body left, you gotta stop us.
Hey, you gotta stop us. It's so, I mean, they're just punish them on the line. I mean, but I will give Pasadena Memoria this. They're a very feisty bunch. They haven't quit, even though they haven't been able to put up any points, but they keep playing hard. That's what I'm noticing about this team. They keep playing hard. They're just outmatched right now.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 31-0, the Oilers lead this one, and we've still got 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here in the first half. You're watching Thursday Night Football on TexanLive.com.
Big Star Ford, Houston's fastest growing Ford dealer. Why? Huge discounts, most for your trade. Explorers, $6,000 off. Fusion, $7,000 off. F-150, $12,000 off. F-250, $15,000 off. And now every car, truck, and SUV has 0% interest for 72 months. 0% for 72 months. Don't walk, run. These deals end soon. Big Star Ford, big city discounts, small town dealing.
To Thursday Night Football here on TexanLive.com. 31-0 your score. The Oilers all over the Pasadena Memorial Mavs here in the first half. Nick Strong alongside former Willow Ridge and the Ohio State and backyard football, Missouri City backyard football star here, Greg Beatty, having a little fun up in the rig tonight.
Yeah, I'm visiting with a childhood friend, and we were just reminiscing about some of the good old days, playing football in the front yard and in the street.
You know, but that's what football is here in Texas. You know, having a little fun, man. You're learning, like you just said earlier, you play with your friends for so long, and, you know, then you get to play together on a high school team and play against other guys from other communities, you know, and even even some kids you may have played against, maybe all-star football and some, you know, inter-collegiate or community games, you know, whatever it may be, or inter-league games. And, you know, you get to this high school level, and it's nothing but Thursday and Friday night and Saturday night lights down here in Texas.
Right. I mean, hey, it's all about evolving. You know, it's nothing like building that chemistry and that camaraderie, as I stated earlier, and just evolving as a person and as a player.
Well, let's see if the Mavs can evolve right here and step inside the scoring column before they walk inside the end zone, or excuse me, before they walk inside the locker room for halftime. Trevino looks right, has a receiver, hits the receiver. Noah Trevino, they might be brothers, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did mention he had some brothers that playing down there.
He did. Yeah. And that was a great job by Noah Trevino of taking advantage of soft coverage by the Pearland defender, running a nice 6 to 7 yard comeback route and making sure he secured the catch for a nice positive
How cool is that to play
game.
with your family member? Did you ever play with a family member in high school ball?
Actually, not. No, I didn't in high school ball. But I've played with players who had family members on the team.
That's cool.
And I could tell that they really enjoyed the experience.
I would have loved to play with my brother.
Sure would have been nice.
And almost a fumble there. He's just going to go down and take the sack here.
I would have loved to have played with my brother as well. My brother was a tremendous athlete, and that would have been a very nice experience.
Willow Ridge as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Older, younger?
He's younger.
Okay.
He's two years younger than myself, but
Play college football as well?
no, he didn't.
Oh,
but he definitely had the talent to. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to play college football. But he was a real good baseball player as well. We both played baseball and football growing
You
up.
played baseball for Willow Ridge as well?
I didn't play baseball for Willow
Post Oak,
Ridge.
you guys play Post Oak, South Post Oak Little League? Or?
Actually, it was around the South Post Oak area.
Yeah.
But I kind of regret not continuing to stick with baseball because I thought I was pretty good in baseball.
3rd and 8 here. Trevino rolls out right. Here comes the defensive pressure. He's got to get rid of it, and he does. 4th down coming up here for the Mavs.
Yeah, the Mavs just can't generate anything on offense.
They're going to have to talk about it at halftime.
They're going to have to talk about it, and unless, but one thing about it, the same players are going to come back to the field.
That's right.
So, as I said, you can't squeeze blood out of a Turner. But what you can do, you can continue to instill the confidence in your team to keep fighting and keep battling, and just assure them that better things and better days are ahead. And it's still a nice second half. It's a good second half of football left. You want to end this on a positive note, win or lose. You want to end knowing that you gave it all you had.
High snap, kick is up, and the punt is up, and wow, great punt there. Getting bound on the sidelines and out of around the 20. We've seen some great punts tonight from this punter out here for the Pasadena Memorial Mavericks.
Hey, nice, talented punter. Nice, talented punter. I'm sure he'll have some schools looking at him as well.
Special teams, we talked about offensive line being the forgotten gem of a football team, but how important is that punting and kicking game for a team, especially when you have a championship team like Pearland?
Well, because it's very important because it's field position is what gives your offense and gives your defense, but field position is the key to any ensuing drive.
46 seconds to go left here in the first half. We'll see if the Oilers just going to be content with getting their 31 points and headed inside the locker room. Here comes the pass. Whitehead moving down the sidelines, out of bounds. Fans, make sure to log on to TexanLive.com each and every week to vote for the Cavender's Player of the Week. Then tune in every Friday night into the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive to see who Courtney Madden showcases as the Cavender's Player of the Week on Fox Sports Southwest. I've had a chance to check out Courtney Madden a couple of times. They do great work inside that studio on Friday night.
Is that right?
It's high school football. You can't do nothing in Texas. I mean,
Hey,
it sells itself.
You can't beat it.
Sells itself. Here comes the pass, complete. And stepping out of bounds for the Pearland Oilers. Looks like number 80 to me. That's Kenneth Gibson. They've got a lot of wide receivers on this football team tonight, man.
They do. They're very talented. And that was a great job by Gibson of running a great route, making sure he secured the catch. That was a nice pinpoint pass by the quarterback. But Gibson has to try to keep himself he has to try to keep himself in bounds. And he actually did a great job initially of not going out of bounds and turning the ball upfield. But, hey, in a situation like that, be an athlete, make the next defender miss. I think he kind of gave up after he gained a few yards and kind of just trotted out of bounds. But he probably even could have made that more of a bigger play.
Stepping back to pass. Pass is complete again to Kenneth Gibson and steps out of bounds. They're going to work this sideline if the Mavericks are going to give it to him.
Hey, and, I was just critical of Gibson at the end of his last play, even though that was a great play, but he made another great play there, and that was a great job of plucking that football out of the air with his hands.
Getting a play on the sidelines as that play clock runs down. 10 seconds now. Here come the Oilers. 4 receivers set, 3 men up top, 1 man down low. Here comes the pass, going to Gibson again. Did Gibson reel it in? Yes, he did. Gibson, 3 catches in a row there for the Pearland Oilers.
hey, you might as well go back to the well. If it's working, just keep going back to it. What Gibson is showing the ability to do, he's showing to be a nice possession receiver, at least on this drive. I mean, I'm sure he has some big playability as well, as does Williams, his teammate, but he's shown the ability to really threaten his defensive back, the guy that's covering him. He's shown the ability to threaten him deep.
Now
Nice, sharp, crisp cut on this route.
Now the clock is moving. Not sure if the clock was supposed to stop if he made the catch out of bounds, but the clock is moving all the way down to 11 seconds.
Well,
I believe the argument is on the football field is to add some more time on the clock, and we'll see what the referee says right here.
Well, it could be saying that he landed down inbounds, and so so he would be officially down where he landed if he landed inbounds, and then if he rolled out after the fact, because all he has to do is go down. He doesn't have to be touched or anything by the defender.
And I'm sure they'll just use a timeout, and we'll take one with them. 16 seconds left to go. 31-0 your score. We'll be right back. You're watching Texan Live football here on TexanLive.com.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie. During our summer clearance event, we need to move our 2015s.
And you can count on a big selection.
A team dedicated to treating you better and low prices.
Like new Sierra Cruise discounted $12,400. That's right, folks. That's over 31%. And we have hundreds to choose from. Or a new Acadia for $299 a month.
Thanks for making us one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation.
Texan Buick GMC, located Highway 59 in Will Clayton. Or shop 24/7. TexanDrive.com. We treat you better.
31-0 your score here. The Oilers lead the Mavs, Greg, but the Pearland Oilers trying to get back inside the end zone. They're going to take their chances on trying to put up some extra points. I see across the field Coach Quinlian is not happy about something going on the sidelines down there.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm sure he's not happy with the score as well. So that could play a lot into his frustration. But Pearland definitely is going to try to put some more points on the board. And because this game is not over by any stretch of the imagination, even though realistically we may think it is 31-0, Pearland being the great powerhouse that they are, Memorial not exactly the team that they hope to be in the very near future. So let's see if Pasadena Memorial could get a good stop and feel good about themselves going into half, knowing that they at least made a stop on the last possession.
As the kid said in the movie The Little Giants, there's always that one time.
It's always that one time.
One time.
Yeah,
One of my favorite football movies of all time, The Little Giants. Pearland Oilers running a four-receiver set. Going across the middle, has a man inside the 5. He's got to get down, and they're going to call a timeout, I'm sure, as the Pearland Oilers get inside the 10-yard line. They're 6 yards away from putting up 37 points in the contest.
Well, what they did on that last timeout, that was a situation where Coach Tony Heath called him over to the side, and he probably said max protection by the offensive line. Make sure you give the quarterback time to pass.
We'll take it with them. 31-0 your score here from the rig.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
31-0 your score. The Pearland Oilers trying to get inside the end zone, 5 yards away actually. First and goal here for the Pearland Oilers. And as we talk again, we said it earlier, Coach Tony Heath is not going to lay down for Pasadena Memorial. He's going to try to put up what he can, and this is what playoff football is. Get in certain situations, because he's going to be in this situation one day in the playoffs, and he wants to know what play is he going to be capable of running once he gets there.
Right. You have to continue to work. You have to continue to put your team in positions and put them in certain situations that may, like you said, that may come up in the future. And you can't take your opponent lightly. Even though you're up 31-0, anything can happen. I've seen some crazy things happen in Texas high school football.
Strange things have happened. Here's the play. Going across the backfield and into the end zone. Touchdown. out the backfield for the Pearland Oilers. That was number 15, Chase Foster, getting in the action, and he has his first touchdown tonight.
Well, Chase Foster, he just leaked out the backfield. That was a situation where the defense, he kind of caught the defense sleeping. That put the defender in an awkward situation where he couldn't get to him in time. It was a nice toss by the quarterback, touchdown.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Make it 38, and the Pearland Oilers are rolling over the Mavericks from Pasadena Memorial High School. We'll be right back. You're watching Thursday Night Football on TexanLive.com.
Big Star Ford, Houston's fastest growing Ford dealer. Why? Huge discounts, most for your trade. Explorers, $6,000 off. Fusion, $7,000 off. F-150, $12,000 off. F-250, $15,000 off. And now every car, truck, and SUV has 0% interest for 72 months. 0% for 72 months. Don't walk, run. These deals end soon. Big Star Ford, big city discounts, small town dealing.
Head coach Tony Heath driving down the field there, Greg Beatty, and about 48 seconds left to go here in this first half, and he put up 7 points on the scoreboard.
Well, that was a case where his team is just better than the opposition, and they had some nice play calling on that drive. The particular big play, the long pass play, the post route, that was max protection by the offensive line. During that timeout, it was obvious that he told his offensive line to give max protection to enable the quarterback to have time to find the receiver, and that in turn enabled them to get a closer look at the end zone, which they capitalized on the next play.
All the fans into the football game here at the Rig. I drove in early and I saw the tailgate going on. I mean, it was a great atmosphere inside the parking lot. 4, 3, 2, 1, and I think that'll do it for the first half, and the Mavericks and the Oilers will go into the locker room and talk about it here. 38-0. The Oilers lead the Mavs at the Rig in Pearland Stadium. We'll be right back. You're watching Thursday Night Football on TexanLive.com.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie, and we'd like to thank you for a fantastic year.
Texan is one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation, thanks to all of our great fans.
So now it's time for the model year closeout.
Ever 2014 has to go, and you won't find a better deal in Texas.
Get a new Buick Enclave or a new Buick LaCrosse for just $299 a month.
Or get 0% interest for 60 months. Get these great deals and more at our model year end closeout.
Texan GMC Buick on Highway 59 in Will Clayton.
Or shop 24/7, TexanDrive.com.
We treat you better.